All right, let's see if we can take care of another tournament style puzzle. So black to move. Interesting. Looks like white has just played f4. So gives us a couple of things to look at. So one of the things that happens when white plays f4, for example, is that you sometimes open up channels for a queen to check and add a double attack. So especially in a position like, you know, something that's a Sicilian defense or something similar, where you have the, you know, the E pawn is missing there and black's C pawn is missing. This is a fairly common tactic in Sicilian defense positions. So I don't think this was a Sicilian defense. It could have been just played differently, but it's very similar. So, and in Sicilian defense positions, this tactic occurs with a lot of times queen to b6 check or queen to c5 check. So this is what happens when you see this kind of pawn structure formation. It looks, your mind will see this kind of pattern that, hey, this looks like one of those Sicilian type formations that I was mentioning. And so automatically you're just going to start triggering in your brain this thing to say, hey, better look on this, you know, a7 to g1 diagonal for some checks. So this is what happens as you gain powers over time. So clearly if we went just the straightforward queen to c5 check, it doesn't really do anything spectacular. Pretty solid. But he would just go, nothing really to stick in the way advantageously. Bishop to e3 would lose a bishop, so that would be no good. Rook f2 is fair. Like, you know, queen c5. Queen b6, rook f2 would lose to bishop to c5. But queen b6, he would just go to the corner. So queen to b6 would go, queen b6 check, king h1, queen takes b2 is okay. Nothing spectacular. Win a pawn. Better than nothing. But let's see if we have something more. What if we go, instead of b6 check, queen to c5 check? Well, you're attacking his knight still, and also now attacking his bishop. Okay, so queen c5 check, king h1 seems like the safest move for white. Well, now, like I said, the key thing in these kind of positions is that you queen check to add a double attack to an existing contact. So what do you see contact-wise between a black piece and a white piece? I see queen is attacking the c3 knight, and I see knight on f6 is attacking that d5 bishop. So if we go queen to c5, doesn't that double attack the bishop? So if we go queen to c5 check, king to h1, do you see a move that would win that bishop? So look at this. Pause the video if you need to take some time. And we're back. So if we go queen to c5 check, king to h1, can't we just play knight takes bishop? And if he doesn't do something, we're just going to, if we have to, retreat. You know, we have a free bishop, which is pretty sweet. So does he have, you know, we have, in our mind we have to look at, okay, queen c5 check, king h1, knight takes bishop. Now, is there any kind of move that he can make on us that makes us give up protection of the knight? My answer, to me, it looks like the answer is no. Because anything he does that would, I don't know, let's say b4, attacking our queen with his pawn, we could just go, well, actually you'd have two responses. You could just retreat the queen to, say, d6, or you could just play knight takes knight. And if he takes our queen with pawn takes queen, we would just go knight takes queen. And when he eats our knight, we don't care because we ate a knight with our knight already. So this is another desperado. So this is like, looks clearly winning. Queen c5 check, that's the first move. King into the corner for safety. Second move, knight takes bishop. Then he has, the only move that even threatens us would be knight to e4 or knight or b4, pawn to b4. You can play knight to a4, but that doesn't do anything really. It doesn't do anything really. So this looks like a complete win. We're just going to double attack his bishop and win it. So, can't take it first. Got to check him. Now we got double attack. Knight and queen against bishop. So, hammer this guy. Hey, if he takes our knight, we're going to take it. Looks pretty simple, doesn't it? Let's go back and look at this again. Make sure you understand this. Okay, this is where you see this, you know, he just essentially moved f2 to f4, giving us this really nice opening. This is the weakness of playing this kind of a move here, that it might have been a good move if he'd have gone to the corner first. And sometimes in games you'll see really good players, you go king into h1, you're like, why did he do that? Because this, you know, there was an intention to possibly push this pawn and avoid this double attack, you know, check tactic. Check. Add the second attacker to the piece that cannot retreat. Now, if this was a knight on d5, he could go knight to e3, and he'd be in good shape. But it isn't. It's a bishop, so too bad, Charlie. This is just real straightforward. Hopefully something that you see is like, okay, man, I got this. It happens. It's not common, but it happens every once in a while, enough to where it's well known. Either to you previous to this or after this, you'll have it well known and go, oh boy, you never know. So it's one of the things to watch out for, especially like when someone is playing a Sicilian defense, e4, c5. This is one of the tactics that shows up. This is a lot of times black will have his queen available with that. You know, he'll post it on c7 and then have that tactic that you just saw comes available. So, real useful stuff you have to learn. This is why, when you watch games, you'll see good players with no threat to their king go into the corner, king h1 or king h8. This is kind of telling you now why they're doing it. They're trying to avoid some double attack option that comes up in the game. Okay, hopefully this helped you out a little bit. And, well, you know, I got a bunch of other videos you can check out that should do more of the same. We do this tournament style. We don't move the pieces until we figure it out, just like when you're playing in a tournament. All right? Hope you enjoyed it. You guys know what to do. Talk to you later.